tutto quello che ho, in mezzo a tutto questo bel casino, è un motivo per sentirmi vivo, è un motivo per sentirmi vivo. Tutto quello che ho, il sangue che mi arriva dritto al cuore, l'ossigeno che spinge a respirare, è una ragione grande come il mare, come il mare. Tutto quello che ho,
welcome to Seoul, everybody. Revo starting on pole from UK Ball and Kazuki Sims, whose Seoul teammate. Castle starts fourth from the two Porsches of Hernandez and Palomino. Cornwell starts seventh from Garcia and Butler. Then comes to Clerk, Ericsson, and Puff. Marcus Nelson starts 13th from Sebastian Ocampo and Matthew Hart. Then comes Dominic Hudson, versus Theo, and the two Hondas, Labarton and Bogdasarov. Zygmunt starts 20th from Sparks White 15 and Encore Ezra. Then comes the back row of your boy and David 12. Welcome to South Korea. Revo starting on pole in the 7 car in round number 7 as all 5 lights go on. And we are underway. That's a very, very odd start there from Kazuki Sims. Off the line, UK Ball going for the lunge, coming through turn number 1. Can't get the lead immediately. Revo shoots off into the distance in that 7 car. Holding on to that race lead. Here comes the 11 of Kazuki Sims. He can't get the pass done on UK Ball either. The 2 Tag Heuer Porsches, Palomino and Hernandez fighting over 5th as Cornwall just about manages to hold on to 7th position. Revo with a superstar of a start up in 1st place. Meanwhile, Cornwell looking for the pass on his fellow IndyCar, or rather ERL USA champion, Nico Palomino. That's over 6th and 7th positions as that 96 car forces the Spaniard quite wide, almost touching, but it will be the Porsche driver holding on. They stay as they were on the grid in the top 7. Garcia looking for a position here, and is that Devin Butler? No, that is not. That is Sebastian Ocampo, is it? No, it's Puff, who was looking for a pass on Lawrence Leclerc. We got yellows. It's for Matthew Hart, who spins off into the wall with Marcus Nelson. A crazy, crazy opening lap already. Nelson rejoins the field at the very back of the pack. Hart with that 5-second time penalty. The Scotsman and the Dane not facing any front wing damage, so neither of them coming in. But Revo with the fastest first sector of anyone. Already 4 seconds up on the rest of the pack. UK Ball 4 seconds in front of Kazuki Sims as well. This layout just encourages field separation, which isn't something you often see in the ERL. It's a layout very similar to what we saw in Homestead, Miami at the start of the IndyCar series, but of course many changes to these ERL 03s compared to the ERL 03Hs that you see in IndyCar. Looking at that 7 of Revo, already a 7-time series champion. Competed in every ERL Formula E race. He's expected to race in season 30 as well. That is a long and tenured career, and he's only been getting faster over time. Now, he has had a racing team before in Revolution Racing. They've popped up spontaneously over time and sporadically as well, but now they're going to be taking over Hyperdrive Racing. Overall, they've already started taking over the management. They will become Revolution Hyperdrive for next season. It will show up, I believe, as Rev Hyperdrive for next season. And then season 31, we will bid goodbye to the Blue Arrows as Italy's favourite returns. Sims driving for his own team in Sims 888 TGR, not doing half bad. Just remembered I had a charger plugged into my tablet. Sorry, guys. We were right on board with 38 versus Theo in 17th position, and everyone being so strung out There's no real passing opportunities going on. And that's because this is one of those races that's won in pit lane. Sims and Hernandez both come down into the pits as it's an off moment there for Dominic Hudson. 5-second time penalty for him. That's contact with Zygmunt, who's off into the wall there for Venturi Racing. Gets back on track in 21st position, and he's got front wing damage. Hudson was coming in either way, but he's also now got damage to his car, and of course that aforementioned 5-second time penalty that will drop him to the very back of the pack, even behind Zygmunt, who he tried to take out, it seems. Or maybe not. The 5 will come out behind the 31. Meanwhile, out in front, it's a 2-horse race between former teammates at Next TV, later Hyperdrive, Revolution Racing's first foray into the ERL Formula E Series back in Season 4. These two were teammates there, as now they come in together. I think Casper trying to hold off Nico Palomino here. The top 4 all down into the pit, so we believe it will be Chris Cornwell who leads us to lap number 5. Although Revo and U-Cable are heading down pit exit now, and the 7 stays in front. Cornwell dueling with Devin Butler. Coming out of turn number 1 there. Butler will take second. U-Cable's dropped down to 4th. Whatever happened down in the pits then did not help him. Sparks has had enough. He's facing the wrong direction as Nelson hits him. That's a T-bone incident then. Is that with David 12 perchance? Doesn't seem like it. And with 9 laps to go, the 7 stays in front with the fastest lap and with pole as well. The new changes to the ERL cars globally was a more powerful push-to-pass function, that being represented in attack mode, but we now have cautions down in Sector 2. Hernandez getting involved there. Can't quite make out what happened. Is there a bit of carbon fiber? Oh, it was Chris Cornwell. Cornwell heading off. We got more yellows down in the sector, and I think that's Daniel Bogdasarov off and into a wall in a fashion in which we rarely see, and that's Sims and Hernandez off into the wall as well. The tire's not really helping for the 96 who misses pit entry. Chris Cornwell with a full car puncture. He's just missed pit entry. Casper LeBeau also having that full car puncture. So Cornwell comes back onto the track after missing pit entry with a full car puncture. Unbelievable scenes for the man joint second in the championship. If it were to go to countback, well, it doesn't matter anymore. Oh! Cautions come out. Casper LeBeau is out. Well, if it were to go to countback, if I'm allowed to continue what I was saying, Cornwell would be third, as he only has the 1 race win to his name as his podium finishes. Meanwhile, Palomino has a second and a win. Revo starts the halfway distance to this race. We're about to go green again, and we are now green once more. Terrible, terrible news for the rookie driving for Nord Hyperdrive. Wanted to have some good luck come his way. And oh, it's not gonna come! Cornwell is out. Nelson facing backwards there. Tries to get it pointed. Nose going into the barrier there, so that's more damage to that number 13. Former teammate Revo now right on the back of him as we've got our second full course yellow period. You can see the front wing damage for the number 97. He's also struggling with his tires. Nunez Garcia coming in for his second stop. It's a great time to come in for a second pit stop as we are green again. The 7 putting a lap there on Marcus Nelson. Hernandez, Sims all coming in. after a chaotic set of laps there. Linus Eriksson also dives down into the pits. And that battle for second in the points, we were watching that like a hawk because we saw so many drivers could have taken second coming in. Yeah, sure, Revo doubled their points over the course of the past 6 races, but it doesn't mean that that's not an interesting title battle. Well, now, there's been calamity there as 12 hits the side of Linus Eriksson coming out of the pits. Revo comes in for his second stop of this race, goes on to a set of medium compound tyres. UK Ball will inherit the race lead coming out of the pits. We ride on board with car number 7, who will come out in clear air in second place. 7 seconds, 9 seconds, an increasing distance behind UK Ball. It's stabilised at around 6 seconds there. Actually, he's closing in as the British driver is making his way out of the hairpin, but does seem to be just around 5 seconds the margin, give or take 2 seconds. We got yellows flying for Gabriel Labargton, who has hit the wall seemingly on his lonesome. No major front wing damage there. Is Sims involved in that? Partially, it seems. And the 7's closing in. Cautions come out. It's for Nunez Garcia. Down at the hairpin upcoming. Is that? No, that was at the breaking point. We're hearing over the radio he hit the outside wall coming in for the turn and just didn't expect the car to slip out as it did. In comes UK Ball. While Revo had already caught him trying to lap Daniel Bogdasarov, that was, for the Englishman. We go green again as the Honda Racing Team driver lets the Italian go by. A lot easier than the lapping process went for UK Ball. Wallace Leclerc for Kuro Race Co., a team that's been known to do a lot with not a lot. He now moves up into 3rd position. And there's Theo, this Brazilian driver in the 38, the most successful Brazilian driver across the ERL with 3 Electric Racing League wins. He now comes in for Amlin Aguri. We got yellows down in the 2nd sector. Sparks YT15 giving a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That seems to be Matthew Hart having struggles there. Front wing damage for the Scotsman. As Revo stuck now just trying to lap some cars. This is allowing UK Ball to get himself back into the fight. And this Englishman, well, he's had quite the story in the ERL. If you think for Revo, as he puts a lap on Matthew Hart, 16 seasons, scoring some very consistent podiums and wins, but never scoring a championship until season 16. You think that's a story? Well, you haven't seen anything yet. UK Ball came into the series at the exact same time. He was series champion in season 10, what seemed to be the final season of the ERL. Sat out of season 11, came back, sat out of season 12 rather, came back with a bang in season 13, has been looking for that 2nd championship, and he got it in season 21, driving for his own team in Power Motorsport after an electric chase for the Cup in season 20. Ever since season 26, however, the 89 has not been on the top step of the podium. As you can see on the timing tower though, as the leaders are making their way through the lap traffic, he's trying to change that. We ride on board with the 89 of UK Ball heading down the straight, getting side by side with his former teammate. Welcome back to the race lead. UK Ball with 4 laps to go. The Englishman now leads here in South Korea, and the 7 doesn't seem to have an answer for him. 3 to go from Seoul, South Korea, and surely Revo's going to have to come in and put on a set of soft compound tyres if he wants to be competitive. As he puts a lap on Sparks YT15, who's dueling with Gabriella Barton there. Meanwhile, that's Nico Palomino looking to the outside of Wallace Leclerc, trying to take that 3rd position away from him. They're going side by side. The Monegasque driver will get in front as he dives down into the pits. 5 seconds to margin out in front, with the next lap car being the Mercedes EQ of Dominic Hudson, after which they are free to chase after one another. Your boy in that 27 car surely won't get out of the way too quick for Revo. This is going to be fantastic news for Power Motorsport, who are struggling in IndyCar. We got yellows down in Sector 2. That seems to be for David 12, who has front wing damage in that number 12 car. Lap 12 of 14 then. Power Motorsport, they're struggling in IndyCar as already mentioned. Revo comes in for his third and final stop and he misses his pit box. I don't believe it. Once again, the Hyperdrive Racing crew have failed to make that pit entry. No grip coming into the pits is what we're being told over the radios. As off into the wall goes Sebastian Ocampo, almost. Front wing damage for the 11 of Kazuki Sims Takahana. But I don't believe that for a moment. That is gonna seal this race for UK Ball. Surely it will. We got more yellows down in that second sector, and that's carnage. Hernandez with front wing damage. Bogdasarov getting involved there too. For what seemed to be such an easy race for Revo. All he needed was a set of soft compound tires to take him to the checkered flag. Well, it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to make that stop, because he just doesn't have the grip to do so. That's a slow-moving Porsche. As he gets out of the way, it's that Hernandez. Yes, that's Hernandez with a full car puncture as we go on to the penultimate lap of this race here in Seoul. UK Ball started second. That Power Motorsport team, they've had a fast car throughout this ERL 03 era of Formula E. Luck has just been their heel. It's been their Achilles heel all season long. Now, I think tires could very well still be an issue as Hernandez comes down into the pits. It's a new set of softs as he comes out, or at least will come out, in 19th place. Path not looking too quick as he comes through the final corner there. Verstio looking for the pass to take him up into 5th place, looking to try and go around the outside. And the Brazilian just won't do it yet. We got yellows down in Sector 2. Zygmunt's had an incident there. Oh! Hit by both Sparks and Bogdasarov. The Frenchman facing backwards collects your boy, his fellow Frank. And he'll get it back on the road very shortly there. And oh, round goes your boy again. And that's a full car puncture for the 27. Can he reverse that car back onto the track, or is he stuck in the wall there? I think he might be. Bogdasarov, I think another incident in a straight line as it's a full car puncture for the 16. Your boy getting involved in his own incident. Whoa! As we go on to the final lap. How have the stewards not called a red flag yet? UK Ball coming into the second sector then, as it's absolute carnage for most of the field, and a full car puncture for the 7 of Revo. We go green again, but the tyres have gone. Oh, round goes Puff, and his tyres have given way too. And all the while, that 89 car is staying planted. Devin Butler is looking for a podium as well. Well, this season we've seen some of the biggest winning margins across the ERL's history. Butler's gone round with Revo. And a red flag comes out. Do we get another lap? Or is that race over? Well, the 5 Well, the 5 red lights are coming on here in Seoul, so it looks like we are gonna get one last lap to decide the Seoul ePrix. We're green again. It's a good getaway there from Revo. Everyone with fresh tires. And it's a perfect turn 1 there for Palomino. Close with you, Cable. Everyone knows it's a 1-lap dash to the checkered flag. Devin Butler still with that 5-second time penalty. But the Englishman in the 89 knows it's now or never for his first race win since Paris, season 26. It's been a long 3 seasons then for the 89. He's 2 seconds up on the rest of the pack. Surely there's no stopping him now. Theo takes 5th place coming through the chicane. I think Revo's still going to be on the podium here. It's going to be an all ERL Series champion podium. 2-time Formula E champion, 2-time IndyCar champion, and a 7-time Formula E champion. But where everyone expected the domination to come from the 7, it's going to come from the 89. You Cable, welcome back to victory lane. He wins in Seoul. And my oh my, was that a chaotic race. One of the most chaotic ends to any ERL race I've ever seen. No podium celebrations. Everyone seemingly just wanting to go home, I guess. UK Paul coming home with the race win. That's unfortunate then for the Englishman not being able to celebrate that race win with a podium finish. With a podium celebration, everyone just trying to move over to the next round of the Formula E season. Nico Palomino coming home with Takoya Porsche's 3rd podium of the season. Revo across the line in 4th, but moved up to 3rd due to Devin Butler's 5-second time penalty, which is absolutely killer when you have 1 lap to go. Theo was 4th from Monaco Ezra and Sebastian Ocampo, then comes Pop, Kevin Butler, Kazuki Sims, and Dominic Hudson. The non-scorers were Linus Erickson, Matthew Hart, Miles Chaput, Charles Hernandez, David 12, Gabriella Parkson, Spock 2015, Daniel Boktasar, and Zygmunt. The non-finishers were Marcus Nelson, Casper LeBoy, Nunez Garcia, your boy, and Chris Cornwell. While Revo stays at the top of the standings then, Palomino is now firmly in 2nd from Ocampo and Cable, who shoots up into 4th place. The deadlock for 2nd has now become a deadlock for 5th, as Casper LeBoy and Chris Cornwell are still 5th and 6th. Your boy is 7th from Marcus Nelson and Nunez Garcia. Then Malaysia's Dominic Hudson doing a very good job up in 11th. Devin Butler is 11th. Dominic Hudson is up 10th rather. Charles Hernandez is 12th from Theo and Erickson. Then comes Boktasarov, Chaclet, Sims, Puff, Hart, Ezra 12th, and LeBronson with Zygmunt and Sparks YT15 in a relegation battle, heading into the back half of this Formula E season. Heading into round 8, Hyperdrive Racing still firmly in the lead of the points, but then comes Takoya Porsche and next TCR. Logitech Power Motorsport looking to try and build on that strong end to this race here in Seoul. They are 4th from Sims 888 TGR and BMW I and Ready Citroen version are 7th from Mercedes EG and Kiro Race Co. Then comes Honda Racing Team, Amlin Naguri, and Venturi Racing. Well, you ever want to see pure carnage, pure chaos across the ERL? Well, you're only gonna get it in the top division. And also IndyCar, I guess. And also Champ Car, considering how only 4 drivers finished that race in Surface Paradise. If you want to watch any of these races, stay here on Spark Plug Motorsport 1 for every ERL race. However, next season, Champ Car will be moving over to Spark Plug Motorsport 2. Again, memberships and t-shirts and all of that jazz still available if you want to support this channel financially, but just leaving a like and hyping this video as well will do the exact same. You've been watching Spark Plug Motorsport here on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you guys next time then when the Electric Racing League returns.